Hi everyone, I hope everyone's been doing well. I wanted to hop on here and share a little collection update. It's been a while since I've posted something, so I thought I would share with you all my recent interests in, doll collecting. I am still doll collecting. I know it's been a while since I've posted, but don't worry, I still love my dolls. I have been kind of curating my collection. I mean, I'm always curating my collection. If you are a longtime viewer of this channel, you guys know I do like to curate my collection and narrow things down. But I haven't really posted a video in a while for a number of reasons. One of them being I've just been busy with school and work. But also, I just kind of wanted to take a little bit of, I guess, like a break from social media. I mean, I do still use Instagram. I still talk to my friends and things like that. But I do keep a lot of that to a minimum. I guess what I've been taking more of a break from is like sharing my collection, posting videos on YouTube about my collection. I haven't posted very many Instagrams, like Instagram posts and things like that. And it's mostly because I've been wanting to kind of like experience the dolls and experience my interests on my own. And it's been interesting to kind of see how that has developed and changed over time. And yeah, so anyway, I do want to share with you guys some things that I have gotten in the past few months. Some of them are Barbie. I've been into Japanese fashion dolls recently, and that's like kind of my current obsession and interest. And I've also collected a lot more Francie dolls, which you can kind of see up there. And that's also kind of been one of my interests. And I've also like rearranged my doll room because that's something that I do all the time. I'm always rearranging things just to keep it interesting. So yeah, I guess I can start with the shelf above my desk. So in the intro, you would have seen like the Barbie fashion model collections and the J fashion dolls. So I've kind of like made this shelf my, I guess, like shelf of like modern dolls. Contemporary dolls, I guess. So yeah, I guess I can start with the Barbie fashion model collection dolls. These dolls went on sale, I believe, like after Christmas. So yeah, this is the BFMC number 3, I think. Yeah, I think it's number 3. And I did do some restyling. I restyled her hair. And I did kind of stuff it with tissue paper just because it felt kind of flat to me. And I wanted it to give off like a much more full petticoat kind of a thing. And yeah, I didn't do much of a restyle on her. Like I just kept her in her original outfit, just changed up her hairstyle. Oh, and I took off her gloves just because the hand sculpts are really pretty. And I am still on the fence about these. Like I do think they're really pretty. I think the outfits are really pretty. The bodies I'm still kind of like getting used to just because I'm so used to collecting the vintage fashion dolls, the vintage Barbies with 5 points of articulation. And these have a lot more jointing. But I do think that, hiding the jointing kind of helps. It helps me, I don't know, see them a little bit differently. So yeah, I'm still trying to be picky about the modern or contemporary Barbie releases that are coming out. This is another contemporary release. This is Barbie fashion model number 5, I believe. And I did do a restyle for her. I gave her this black sort of choker bow. I also did paint her hairline. I used black acrylic, and I did not seal it just because I do want to be able to remove it just in case. But that was a lot of people's criticism, was the hairline was very square and boxy. So I tried to round it out, and that is actually something that did bother me, was the hairline. And there was like gaps between like where the plugs were, so you could very much see where the plugs were. So I ended up just going in with black acrylic all around, and I think it came out good. And again, it's not sealed, so if I do want to reverse it, it should come off pretty easily with like rubbing alcohol. I do think she had a bow, like a belt bow that came here. I took that off because I wanted to see the waistline a little bit better. And these are her shoes. But yeah, I really love this doll. I love her even better the way I styled her. I am excited. There is going to be a 6th doll in this collection, and I believe they did show a little bit of it, like a little sneak peek of it during the Mattel Live or Mattel Creations Live event. I believe it might have been like an illustration, or I don't know, but it looked promising, so I am very interested to see what that one is going to be. But I am trying to be picky about them. Like, I didn't get the first 2 dolls because they just weren't for me, style-wise, fashion-wise, so I didn't get those. Moving on, I do want to share my current obsession, which is the Japanese fashion dolls. This is my first Japanese fashion doll. So these are, let me see, let me adjust the lighting here. Okay, lighting's a little bit better now. These are U-noa Qulutsu dolls. I know that sounds weird because it's Japanese, and I don't have a Japanese accent, or I don't know how to pronounce it in Japanese. I just call them U-noa. And they're super interesting. They are created by a company called Sekaguchi in collaboration with Hentaro Araki, I believe is his name. And Hentaro or Araki is a BJD artist, and in fact that's like his main focus is BJDs. And he decided to cross over into the world of fashion dolls, and this was his creation in collaboration with Sekaguchi, like I mentioned. And Sekaguchi also creates Momoko dolls, and some other company also creates Momoko dolls, Petworks. But yeah, so his collaboration was with Sekaguchi, and you can definitely tell that it is Sekaguchi Momoko because the bodies are very similar. Like, the materials that they use are very similar to the Momoko dolls. The scale is very similar to the Momoko dolls. In fact, these dolls, the U-noa dolls, can share Momoko doll clothing. There is some differences though, and it's in the sculpting and the jointing. So they do have removable hands, and I actually much prefer the U-noa body sculpts because of the removable hands, and they also are just a lot more expressive. So this is one of them. this hand especially is a lot like the sculpting is a lot prettier. Yeah, and then the elbows, they can't actually touch their faces because of how they're jointed. They can come apart here at the elbows. They are a lot more posable than a Momoko doll because of the way they're jointed. And they do have actually bigger feet. And the feet are actually interchangeable. So they do come with feet that are the size of a Momoko, but you can switch them out to these bigger feet. And at first, I actually didn't like the bigger feet because I was like very not used to it. Like, because Barbie and other, you know, fashion or 6-inch, wait, how tall is Barbie? Barbie is 11.5 inches tall. Completely forgot how tall Barbie was. You know, other fashion dolls, their feet are very small. And I just got so used to that when I saw these bigger feet, I was like, those are huge. They're like hobbit feet. But in fact, they are actually a lot more like, they make sense when you look at the doll. Proportion, that's the word I'm looking for. Proportionately, they just make more sense. And yeah, so I really am enjoying this. And because it was, I think one of the reasons why the sculptor, the designer of this doll, Hentaro, the reason he created the bigger feet and the more expressive hands is because of his BJD background. And I've noticed that actually. I've been watching a lot of like BJD content. I don't own a BJD doll currently. They're just too expensive, and I think I just much prefer this kind of like scale of doll. But I think something that I've been noticing is that BJD dolls do have a like focus on the body and the way it looks, and while fashion dolls their focus is more of like the fashions that go on top of the bodies, which is why a lot of fashion dolls, like their bodies look very strange because they're kind of meant to wear clothes. But BJD dolls, I mean, yes, they do wear clothes, of course, but there is an emphasis on the body sculpting. And also, a lot of BJD dolls stand on their own, and the reason is because their feet are more proportionate with the rest of their body. And this doll, I can actually get her to stand on her own because her feet are a little bit bigger and wider. So yeah, this doll did not come with this outfit. I redressed her. I made these stockings. What else? Oh, I made this necklace. Let me show you this necklace. It's just a simple little metallic thread with a pearl. I've been very into like amulet style sort of necklaces. And yeah, so I will show you actually the outfit that she did come with. So this is another U-noa doll. And she has kanekalon hair. The first one that I showed you has saran hair. And this is the outfit that she came with. The outfit that this girl came with, I have stored away. I didn't really like the outfit that she came with. It kind of looked like an office worker. Just wasn't my style. Very well made, just wasn't my style. But this is a very cute outfit. I made the stockings, and then these are rainbow high shoes that I repainted. And again, this doll came with the interchangeable feet. So these are the larger feet. And I like these shoes, however, I much prefer the lower heels, or like these kind of heels. These heels I got from AliExpress. They were meant for like action figure dolls. They're made by CD Toys, and I recently just got these because I wasn't sure if they were gonna fit. So I just took a chance on them. I bought two because they had different sizes. They had large and standard, I think they call it. And the large was way too big. I'm glad I got both of them because I thought the large was going to be the one, but the large was way too big. You can see it here. That's the large. And then that's the standard. So I'm going to order a lot more of these because they come in different colors. And I will probably repaint them to be this color. So yeah, these are okay, these heels. I just think that like this doll is a little bit more, I don't know, she's not like a fashion model to me. And I think these are kind of like fashion model heels. So I much prefer the ones from AliExpress. But I think I did a pretty good job painting those. They look completely different from what they were before. So, yeah, I really have been enjoying these dolls. I think they're very interesting, and I think the reason why they are very interesting is because they were made by or designed by a BJD artist. And I think the expressions kind of show that. I don't know, the expressions definitely look very sort of BJD-esque, I guess. They just have like a different expression to them. It's hard to describe it. But when I was introduced to these dolls, Gabe, my friend Gabe, introduced me to her. He sent me pictures of her, and I was like, and at that time I was like I was doing a lot of research on Japanese fashion dolls, and we would send each other just Japanese toys in general. And like pictures or like, you know, Instagram posts, things like that, we would send those to each other. And he sent me this one, and I was like, oh, I think that's going to be my first Japanese fashion doll, because I had been doing so much research, and I just wasn't sure what I wanted or why I wanted it, and they were also very expensive and hard to get. Just Japanese fashion dolls in general are very expensive and hard to get. So I was kind of like, I don't know. And then this girl was shown to me, and I just really fell in love with her expression. She has very light skin, so it might be kind of hard to see. And then when my friend told me it was created by a BJD artist, that's when I was like, oh, that makes sense. You know, that makes sense why the sculpting of the body is very beautiful, and the expression is also very interesting. So yeah, these are my U-noa dolls. I have two more Japanese fashion dolls to show you. This is Momoko. I have two Momokos currently. This is, I don't know actually what this Momoko is called, but she didn't come in this outfit. She came in that blue outfit, the navy outfit that I showed you before. But I got her from eBay. She came out a while ago, but I really love her expression and her hair. Let me show you what I did with her hair. This is what I did. This was inspired by the Wuthering Heights movie with Margot Robbie. I tried to do something similar with the braids and the sort of like corseting. But yeah, I've been very into like more, I guess, darker themed dolls. I guess like gothic or Victorian-esque inspiration. This dress is a Poppy Parker dress. It's, I'm trying to remember, something Hollows, Sleepy Hollows, I think. Sleepy Hollows. Poppy Parker, I think it might have came out last year. But I really love this dress. The necklace is from the Barbie, the Halloween Barbie that came out. So it's like an amulet style. And then she came with these tights and the heels. These are her shoes, her little Mary Janes. Very well made, very well sculpted, but you can definitely see how small they are compared to the U-noa feet. There you go. And you know what? I much prefer the U-noa feet. She just looks a lot more stable, you know what I mean? And she is pretty, but she looks like she's gonna fall over at some point because her feet are so small. So yeah, that is my first Momoko. My second Momoko that I got. Here, let's put her back here. Right there. And my second Momoko is this one. This is a recent release. I think it came out either at the beginning of this year or end of last year. She has a very interesting expression. Her eyes are pink, or like a light pink. And she's got her twin tails. And then her dress, this beautiful floral pattern. And this sort of like apron with a ribbon. This comes off and it's separate from the floral dress. And then she's got her socks and black Mary Janes, which is just the black version of the white one that I just showed you. But I fell in love with this doll because of her screening. I thought it was very interesting. I loved her expression and her dress. I love that her apron is black because she's very sweet, but also, I don't know, there's like a dark undertone to it, which I think goes really well with the rest of my dolls. So yeah, I've been having a lot of fun with these dolls. And I am hoping to collect more. Although I feel like I should probably start making outfits because these dolls are very expensive. So I just need to be kind of like happy with what I have for now. Yeah. So yeah, I think that's pretty much all what I have to say about the Japanese fashion dolls. I can go in a little bit more depth about the difference between the Momoko bodies and the U-noa bodies, but I'm just trying to keep this video very simple for me to edit and make. But if you are interested in the differences and like the scale of Momoko and Barbie and things like that. I can maybe do another video if I get enough interest. But for now, I'm just going to show you the rest of my collection. I'm going to go around the room and show you where I've placed everything. And then probably end the video there. So yeah, I'm going to take you to this shelf back here. Alrighty, so these are the Francies that I have currently. A lot of them I have restored. I mean, minus these, of course. These are the reproduction that was released in, I think, 2021, somewhere around there. And all of these are original Francie fashions. Oop. Minus this one. I made this one. I also made the tights. I made the tights actually on this one, this one, this one, this one, and these are vintage, but they are really hard to get on and they have like no stretch, so I wanted to make my own. I'm actually very proud of them. I can show you the top of the stocking. They have a little, hold on, they have a little finishing up there. They're quite cute. Yeah, so this is also an obsession of mine, Francie. I repainted her, by the way. I think she came out beautiful. Some of my best repainting. I also re-rooted her eyelashes. I don't know if I can... That's a little bit better. Yeah, I'm really proud of her eyelashes. And then I really want to reroot her just because this is like the modern Mattel Saran that they use. And it's like super thin. And it just like goes super frizzy really easily. And I want to reroot them to be, I don't know, just like the different Saran. The Saran from the Doll Planet is what I normally use. I think it's just so much easier to style and maintain. But yeah, this is my most favorite Francie in my collection. I think, I'm trying to remember if I did anything to her face. I don't think I did. I think she just came like this. So that's all original makeup. Those are also original eyelashes. She's perfect. Her hair is perfect. This dress is amazing. Those are the tights I made. And then I don't love this outfit. I mean, I think it's cute, but I don't know. Yeah, no, it's cute. I don't know why I say I didn't like it, but it's a cute outfit. And then I love this one. I forgot what this one's called. Something about dancing. And her hood kind of reminds me of Little Bo Peep. I rerooted her eyelashes. I think everything else is original. Yeah, I really love how I did her eyelashes as well. So, yeah, I'm hoping that I will eventually fill this shelf and the shelf above it with more Francies because I'm just obsessed with them. I'm obsessed with their aesthetics and their facial expressions. Yeah, I'm just obsessed with everything about them. So I'm going to go ahead and take you over to my cabinet. So I moved all of my vintage Barbies into this cabinet, whereas before I had them on that shelf where my contemporary dolls are currently. They were like above my screen, above my desk, and it was open, like the shelf is open. I wanted to protect them a little bit more from like dust and things like that, so I decided to move them in here. Up at the top, I have my artist dolls, artist clone dolls, I guess I can say. Julian Kalinowski in the back. And then my Fabiola. And this is a Lily from Danny Darkspell. Gorgeous, gorgeous painting, by the way. Stunning painting. This is a dress that I made. I made it, I think, sometime before Christmas. Very sweet. Back there is a clone doll that my friend Gabe gave me. Super pretty. This is another clone doll, Mexican Lily. Super pretty. I restyled her hair. I curled it. It was like pin straight beforehand, but this is much prettier. And that in the back is a Nukin Fan Fan. So, yeah, and then here in the middle is my vintage collection. I am starting to be a lot more picky about like the vintage dolls that I introduce into my collection. This is a number 5. You kind of tell because she has a little bit of an oily face, but she's still pretty. This is a number 4 that I repainted. Bubble cut. I redid her lips. Oh, there's the bubble cut Silkstone that I restyled her hair to be a little bit more accurate. That's the 12 Days of Easter Barbie in the back there. I made that outfit. Bubble cut, repainted her lips. This is the 12 Days of Christmas, I think the second release. I made the coat and her sort of hat. I don't know what you would call that. And this is a vintage Titian ponytail. I made the dress. Love this dress on her. I think that's going to be her forever dress. She's just going to live in this dress. I think the only thing I did with her is repaint her lips. And then back there, that's my ponytail blonde. And one of my favorite original vintage dresses, Dancing Doll. And then there is my number 4, untouched, original face paint, beautiful, gorgeous. And I made that dress for her. It's like a column style dress. Let's see if I can show you the full outfit. Yeah, so if I'm thinking like if I do introduce any more, I mean I will definitely be introducing more vintage Barbie into my collection. On the top of my list is a vintage number 4 Barbie, Raven, because I don't have one of those. And number 4 vintage Barbies are my favorite of the numbered Barbies. I need to get basically ravens of everything that I have. I need a raven hair color ponytail, number 4. I need a raven hair color swirl ponytail and a brunette bubble cut. So, I mean, technically I have this one. She's technically my first raven hair color, but it's a number 5, which are pretty, but I much prefer the number 4s and the swirl ponytails. I got her on a whim, actually. And she was just a really good price, but I just really don't like the oily faces that a lot of them have, so I try to stay away from number 5s. But yeah, I'm going to be very picky about the vintage dolls that I introduce, the vintage Barbies. And going down here is some more vintage. This is my Peaches and Cream and my 60s TNT dolls. I made the gingham, the red gingham outfit. I need to make her a dress because this dress is just very like faded and worn out. But I love this color, this sort of like light baby blue on her, so I want to make her a dress. And there's my lavender blonde. And my ballerina Cara, who is complete. Well, actually, I don't think she has her flowers, but she's otherwise complete. So, yeah, that is my cabinet. Now I'm going to turn around and show you guys this spot. So, yeah, this is basically empty because I'm hoping to eventually fill it out more with like the modern dolls that I love or contemporary dolls. So, yeah. I'm trying to remember how I placed these. I think she went there. And I had her. And then her. And then she was last. So, yeah, I have plenty of space to add more Japanese fashion dolls and a lot more space on this side to add BFMC dolls if I like how they come out. I don't think I'm going to go back into the archives of BFMC and collect any, even though they are very beautiful. The prices are outrageous on the secondhand market. So I would rather just collect the ones that are coming out now. And yeah, it's just better for me. And up at the top I have my silk stones. More of my vintage silk stones. And a superstar doll, the Parisian doll. Some Labubu. Some more Labubu. Yeah, so I'm gonna turn this camera around. Okay, so that's it. That's everything I wanted to show you. I hope you enjoyed this video. Go ahead and give me a like. Let me know if you guys want to see the differences between the Momoko doll and the U-noa bodies. Just because that's something that I've been interested in, but I don't know if you guys are interested in it, and I didn't want to do it in this video because it was just going to be extra long. So maybe I'll do it in the next video. But I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope to see you guys soon. Bye.